It's first class, and I just hopped out the porch with Dirty Glove Bastard.
I told my youngin' don't have that Porch cause you would die young. And my little bitch keep saying
Alright, we got my dog, first class, jumping off the porch with us today.
Manny, appreciate you having me, man.
My dog, man. What's going on with you?
Shit, man, working, you know. I just heard some of my shit on the radio on the way here. So
Dang.
I know shit working out.
That's crazy. What record was it?
Splash Brothers.
Whoa, that's too crazy. Manny Supreme?
Mm-hmm.
Shout out Manny, man. That's hard. How that make you feel?
Ecstatic, I swear to God. I literally called my boy High Class on it. Like, just told him that I heard that shit on the radio.
That's wild.
He was like, I don't know why you surprised, man. You already know what's going on.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I ain't too surprised. You know, the record too crazy, but I'm like, just to see everybody, you know, we was talking like this earlier, like everybody who been working, everybody like intertwined with each other, saluting each other, you know what I'm saying? Like, for Manny to do that for you, that's wild. Even though we already know, like, the record crazy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And we locked in, that shit. That's fire, though.
That's fire. So how did it make you feel to know, like, I can turn this hobby of mine into a lucrative career?
And when I figured that out, man, I stopped everything I was doing and just went 100%, like 100% into it, for real. Nobody want to do something they don't want to do their whole life, like, and yeah, basically, yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah.
So at what moment would you say it just like clicked for it all? Matter of fact, we're gonna take it from the top on. What was it like growing up in South Carolina?
Growing up in South Carolina is, you know, it's tough. It's a crab in the bucket state and it's a retirement state. So it's like, it's not built or designed for you to have fun and shit. It's like, it's built for you to, you gonna stay here, you gonna chill, you gonna abide by the rules, but niggas always been rule breakers. Me and all my niggas type shit. So,
That's real.
Yeah.
That's some real shit. How would you describe yourself coming up as a kid?
Me personally, I'd say I was a good kid, but you know, others would say I probably was like a trouble child type shit.
What type of trouble you was getting into growing up, gang?
Really, I used to fight a lot. Other than that, like, and get kicked out of school, but it was for fighting. So yeah. Other than that, though, I used to get good grades and shit in school and type shit. Like the whole nine, I just couldn't stay in school. Like couldn't stay out of trouble.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So tell us how like this Space Boy and shit come together.
Space Boy, we have all of us, me, Jets, and Neeko. We all like went to middle school, high school. I met Jets in middle school. I met Neeko in high school through Jet. So really, they were already doing music. Like Neeko was in a group. He used to rap. It was be three of them. Like they were the original Migos type shit. Like it was three of him, Neeko, and Bino. Neeko, Rico, and Bino. And they had a group called Loud Team. They were already making music. Jet, he was making beats for Neeko and Bino and all them. He was making beats for them. So they already had that shit going on. Me, I was in like the party scene type shit already, like middle, high school and all that shit. I was partying. And I went to college. I was still trying to figure out, like, I knew I didn't want to go to school, but it was just like, I'm there trying to figure out what I'm trying to do, like figure out my path. And they were making the beats and shit. I used to come home over the summer. We had a spot called Japan. Jay had we used to go over there, and they would be making beats. So I'd come home from school and I'd be like, man, one day I just said, let me try that shit. And I had a MacBook. Jay he put FL on my shit, and I went back to school. Man, I probably went back to school for about like 3 months, but I gradually, like, slowly but surely, like, I start going to class less and less and start just staying in my room making beats all day and shit until I made like one beat that somebody said was hard. Or two people got on the beats. Like my first beats, Liddy Vuitton and Tommy Tsunami, they got on my first two beats. Once they got on the beats, I was like, man, it's over. I'm the best producer right now. Like,
type
fuck
shit.
it.
That's real.
I can do it. I'm gonna make it. Like, type shit.
Nah, for real. So at what point would you say you jumped off the porch with this shit? Right then and there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I dropped out. Like I went all the way to junior year. So, my parents, of course, they like, how you gonna go all the way to junior year and then quit? But I never, like, my heart was never really in it. I really only did it for them. Cause
make
like,
them proud.
You know how back then it was like, that's when it was still go school,
Yeah.
school. Everybody trying to instill school. If you don't go to school, you're a failure.
Yeah.
So I really just went for them. I never like, you feel me?
No, that's crazy. So after Liddy Vuitton and Tommy Tsunami jumped on your beats and shit, how long would you say it took for you to like go through the doubtful phase of like, you know what I'm saying, you going through it, you just dropped out of school and shit, you know what I'm saying, your homies on your shit, but you still cooking up and shit, but you just going through the, hey, I don't know if I made the right decisions, you got Mom Dukes and them in your ear.
Yeah, really, I really like, I always had like a good support system because I always had like, I don't know, I always had like a lot of good people around me. So if anything, my parents would be the ones like, man, you need to stop that. Like,
Yeah.
you need to get back to school. Like,
That's
what are you
crazy.
doing? Or like, who else would tell me that? Like, no, all my friends and all the artists and everything, everybody was like real supportive of it. Like, man, you got a good sound. Like, you need to keep it going type shit.
That's real.
Yeah, so.
So you kept the faith alive.
Yeah.
That's some real ass shit. How did that make you feel to know that you had a solid support, something like that? To know that, you know what I'm saying, you know, I can make it in this shit.
Man, it was good. Well, I take that back though. Cause like, you know, all the people that you went to school with and all of that, that's still in school, that don't really believe in what you got in. Like, I lost all of them for a minute.
Yeah.
Like, they just out like, and he don't got nothing going on. You know how it is.
Yeah.
So
the people that just so driven by the book.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
but all the
Systematic people.
creatives around that time,
Yeah.
and people had, believing in that type of vision. Everybody, all the people in that area and space, like they believed in me, so
No, that's some real shit.
motivated me.
Did you ever think it would be a challenge to break out of the South Carolina music scene at the time?
Hell yeah, because nobody really, it wasn't really nobody to do that shit. And if they did do it, they weren't trying to claim South Carolina. They trying to probably claim Atlanta or something. Like, I don't know. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But then you
It's not till like now or recent really until like recent years, really like Bino. When he came through, like that's when people started like, yeah, I'm from South Carolina and everything type shit. That's what I say. I'll say that.
That's crazy. So how did you keep the faith during them times to be like, I'm gonna be one of the biggest producers to make it from South Carolina?
Friends for real. Like probably Jet, Neeko. It was really just us, Jet, Neeko, and Foreign. They kept the faith in this shit alive. Cause like I said, all my friends and shit, they probably, my other friends, they're like, they see it, but they don't really. You know, this 2016,
Yeah.
17, you saying this shit, that shit sound crazy.
Yeah.
So, of course they support it, but it's like, they ain't really, but, you know, Jet and Neeko, they were actually doing it. So bro, you need to keep doing it. So, you know, that was really my support, for real.
That's real. How did it make you feel once y'all had them big records, them big moments, them big boys that came through, you know what I'm saying, that really made a hit for the Carolinas as a whole, both North and South?
Man, it felt great. Like, and people, like, you know, you back home, people start recognizing, oh, you made such and such, we got lucky and such, and you know, that shit, it feel good though. Now it let you know you're doing something like your, what's the word? Reassurance. That was the reassurance. Like when you hear that shit outside, like I don't care what nobody say that. I don't care about that, man. You care about that shit. When somebody says, when you outside, somebody be like, man, I know who you are. Or, you did this or that. Man, you gonna be like, yeah, man. You gonna play it cool, but you inside, you like, man, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's a good feeling, like you're saying, with some good reassurance and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So knowing that you still get love and support from the people where you from and shit like that, how does it make you feel to know that you still contribute to the sound that's coming out of the South Carolina and shit like that? Because you still in touch with Alicia G's, the goddamn
Yeah, like Slime Dollars.
Slime Dollars, goddamn. Why, you know what I'm saying? You locked in with everybody. So like, how does it make you feel to know that you still contribute to what's going on in the movement?
Man, it feels great, man. Because you know that's back home. That's your roots. That's your number one support system. Whether they present it out publicly all the time or not, like they watching. Like, and it might take that big moment for everybody to like, man, we been on it, but they watching. They like every string count. To be honest with you.
Facts.
Whether it's a hate or it's good, it's like it's still there. You know?
Nah, facts. What would you say is your favorite and your least part? Your favorite and your least favorite part about being a producer?
Favorite, like you really crafting the sound. You like, that's my favorite part about it. You crafting the sound, like you really creating something from nothing. Like you bringing the vibe to the table. Like artists can't rap acapella. They can't rap acapella. You bring the whole vibe. Like you can play one beat in the studio, everybody start dancing and everything. Like you play a whack beat, you can see the whole vibe change. Niggas ready to leave everything. Like you can fuck up everything really as a producer in a session. So that's probably the best thing. The worst thing, bro, we always get the short end of the stick. Like get paid last, everything. Like besides probably songwriters, they might be worse than us type shit. But
Yeah. That shit might be crazy. Well, I done heard some horror stories over there.
Swear to God.
Man. What would you say are some particular projects you've been a part of that's your favorites?
Favorite, Pablo, Vino. Damn, what other project? Probably Gospel, when the baby dropped Gospel. That was one of my favorites. Route 66, when, what was that? What tape? What was the name of that tape? Jack Harlow. Come Home or something like that. It was, damn, I don't remember the name of the tape.
Shit, I don't know.
Well, whatever tape Route 66 on, I love that project, of course. I Cry Alone, because that was my first executively produced project, of course. And that's all I can think of right now.
I was just getting ready to ask you about I Cry Alone. So talk about that being your first executive produced project, and what is the difference between actually making the beats and then, you know what I'm saying, tell the people the difference between executive producer and what it means to more so executive produce a project.
And executive producing a project, it's not just you making every beat. Like it's you just being 100% involved. Like y'all talking about this song, or you think this song should go on the tape, even if you didn't produce it. Like, just helping build the body and make the work have making it flow, really. That's really the whole thing. Like anybody can go in there and make a beat for somebody, but you gotta to executively produce a project and to do what it's supposed to do. Y'all gotta be 100% on the same page. No matter good song, bad song, like
I gotta trust you and shit.
Y'all gotta, yeah.
That's real. How long would you say that takes to build that relationship, and not only relationship, but trust from an artist to allow them to accept criticism, you know what I'm saying, from you?
You can't put no time on it, because that's up to everybody different.
Yeah.
All right. When we did that project, I think we did that shit in a month and a half. We made half of the tape in the first week we started on it. First 2 weeks. But that first week, like the first 2 days we got in, we made Trap House Love. Man, we made the whole first half of that tape. I Cry Alone, we made that shit the first day we got in. And then we had probably the 2 weeks after that, we probably ain't make nothing. Like it got dry. Niggas had to get inspiration. And I ain't gonna lie, with that whole tape, we took beans and we was on Don Julio. Not a good idea, I ain't telling nobody to do that. But yeah.
Nah, for sure, man. Who are some of your favorite artists to work with, and who are some of the dream artists you want to produce for?
My favorite artist to work with, I love working with young bands, because we had I met him when he was like 16, so we've been locked in since. We got good chemistry. We already know what we going for, the sound that we going for, and all that. Of course, Legendary, PG Raw. I fuck with Can picky as hell with beats, but I love the music he make personally. Like even if I wasn't making it shit for him, like so. Can. That's all I can think of right now. You know.
That's real. What song do you feel like changed everything for you personally?
Slugs by 18 Vino. Cause like all the big placements, like niggas probably be like, yeah man, when the baby dropped and Stunning and all that shit was dropping, well, that shit cool, but it mattered like the artist embracing you or you building something up with an artist, that shit hit way harder, I swear to God. But when Slugs came out, you would have thought like, I ain't gonna lie, you would have thought I made it that day. Like it didn't. And that was just the start. That really hit the flame for real. Like, cause I think that was the first. That was like one of the first beats I did. That on my own. That got like that went crazy. So that was more reassurance and confidence for myself too.
Oh, that's real. Describe the feeling once we lost Vino. Like we was just saying earlier, like you was scared. Like not even you was necessarily scared. It's like a scene to break out of the South Carolina music scene. But here we got Vino, who's like coming swinging. You know what I'm saying? And then we just ultimately lose him. How would you describe that feeling with somebody you was building and working with?
That shit devastating. And he was more than just an artist. Like he was like he was not like, but he was our homeboy. Like, seeing him every day, like just imagine you seeing somebody every day, you go in the studio with them every day, being able to call them, laugh, all this shit, and then one day it's just gone. Like literally the day he passed, we was about to. I was at you ever been to Charlotte? Man, we was in Charlotte, me and his manager. At Stats, we were literally about to go back to the house and meet him because he was coming from South Carolina. You know, South Carolina and Charlotte, they probably like an hour apart. So boom, he was about to come up there and meet us, but he said he was about to, he had to make a little stop. Man, between me ordering my pasta and that shit coming to the table, got another call like, hey man, check on Vino, like niggas calling, saying see what's going on with that shit. So me and his manager Ace, we hopped up like immediately. We got, I think Jet and Neeko, they not even here. They out handling the business they in LA. Like they doing sessions and shit. So it's just me and his manager there. We hop in the car immediately. We fly to the hospital. We get there. It's like, man, that shit was crazy. I ain't gonna lie. It's just like the whole back, like, bro, that shit was crazy, bro. The whole back seat full of blood. Like they had the shit taped off, all that, and yeah, that shit was crazy, bro. And that shit was crazy. And then, immediately, niggas ain't even thinking about that shit at the time, but like after the fact, and when that shit really set in, like, and you really realize he was gone and what niggas done built, like that shit just felt like, I don't know, bro. That shit felt like the end of the world, like that shit was over, to be honest with you. Like niggas ain't wanna make beats, lost all motivation, everything, but you gotta find that one thing and you can keep going. And the people around too at that time, like I think we all support each other well with that situation. So yeah.
No, I can imagine that was a big loss on y'all, man. Long live Vino for sure. Talk about putting together the posthumous album.
I hope that we can get to that point one day. But like I said, that shit still to this day is a touchy subject. Like we gonna cut it out. We gonna cut that out. We ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Even me, goddamn, I can't even play his music in the car sometimes, bro. Sometimes I play it, like when I just need to hear his voice. But sometimes that shit make me sad as fuck hearing that shit, bro. I be like, I don't want to hear it, bro. I can't hear it. But, yeah.
Damn, nah, for real, long live Vino. How did you get your faith again in your craft and in the music?
Man, at that point, I think, at that point it was like, you too far to turn back now. Like, niggas already in it now. Like, you can't, what you gonna do, just quit? So that's really what it was. Like it was niggas ain't even had no motivation to make music at that point. Like what are we about to do? But like I said, you too far to turn back. So you gotta keep going. No matter what. Yeah.
So talk about how you and Anycia ended up meeting.
We met actually through Caribou, and I met Caribou because of my boy Deshaun at Sony. So I get him, Backwood, he was Sony. So Backwoods had a session. They ended up they called me like, bro, I got a session with Caribou, him and Deshaun. You should come. I ended up going. The day I met Kara, we made a crazy song. Matter of fact, we sampled Red Nose. I don't know if anybody ever hear that song, but that's how I met Kara. Then from that day, we got locked in. So we just started hanging out. We just started going out doing dumb shit and chilling. Then we all had a mutual friend, Shark, my boy.
I'm in a party with Shark. Shout out nigga Shark.
Yeah.
Man.
So we used to go to his house, smoke, chill, everything. So boom, Kara, she used to tell us to come over there. That's how we ended up meeting Shark and everybody else. And then Kara, she's like, matter of fact, this is my homegirl, Anycia. She was like, she introduced us, like, you fired the beats. And then I'm not really a talkative person, so I'm sitting on the couch. She said, I said, all right, yeah, babe, like cool type shit. I went sat on the couch. She just kept bothering me. She's like, yeah, why you so quiet? Like, so just kept bothering me. So from that day, we ended up, like, we got cool. Then probably like a week or two later, Deshaun called again. He was like, I'm about to have a meeting with Anycia, like fucking with her music and everything. Cause at this point, So What going crazy and everything. So meet with her, and then I think we do a session that night. We didn't make no song. I played the ass beats, but she didn't get on none of them. So I was like, damn, am I losing it? The Woods, he in there, he going crazy. They probably did like 3 songs, so I ended up leaving. So, man, I go home, bro. I just cook up a crazy pack. Me and Woods go to the studio and shit again, and that's when we just made a pack of beats. That's how we made what's the first song? Big Body. We made that beat, and then after that, we kind of heard like the sound that we were going for, and we just went from there. Type shit.
That was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
How did it make you feel to know, like, to see that everything is where it is now with these amazing records that we got, like Splash Brothers with her and Caribou, Big Body, Refund with you and Jet, you know what I'm saying? Like, how does it make you feel to know, like, all right, shit, in the discouraging moment, I think I'm losing, but now we looking up, then nigga like, yeah, I still got it.
Yeah, man, that shit, man, that's my motivation, bro. Like, I don't get motivated by, like, this big artist DMing me or he following me or liking my picture. Like, I get motivated by seeing, like, the work I'm doing and the time I'm spending on some shit is actually working and it's getting somewhere. People actually hearing it. So yeah, that re-sparked a flame. Like, man, it's time. It's full throttle.
No, that's real.
Mm-hmm.
So what's next for you? What you got coming next?
Man, just look out for AK and Big Sky and Bristol for real. BB. So, got them. I got a clothing line on the way, called Number Zero. That's gonna, I'm probably have, it's gonna be like, I'm gonna start off with like jumpsuits. Probably have those by the end of November. And shit.
I need one, my boy, I need one.
I got you. And, matter of fact, the industry made me hate music. December 1st, that's Ye next tape he about to drop. Like, he just finished, he just turned it in today. So that and shit, just keep working for real.
No, that's real. My boy, any last words and shout outs?
Yeah, I gotta shout out my dog Shark, High Class, Ian, Baby Terry, and everybody who couldn't come that I had, I know everybody got their own situations and shit, so, but yeah. And shout out to everybody who's been supporting me, motivating me, keeping me going throughout along the way, for real.
Real spill, man.
Yeah.
My boy.
And you.
Nah, shout out to you. Already know what it is.
Yeah, I already know
what it is. My dog, we appreciate you jumping off the porch with us today, gang.
Likewise. Thank you.